All right. So, what time is it?
It is.
No, it's still 11:58. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Tech Guy Some Guy podcast. My name is Carlos, alongside with
Rod
and
Omar.
And we're just a bunch of guys talking tech news, pop culture with random rants in between. Damn it, I'm getting it right better and better. I was, but the recovery was awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're filming one day late. It's okay. We could live with that.
We're filming live, so
We're doing
live-ish. We usually record on Thursdays. Today we're recording Friday. So the odds of you seeing this video upload sometime on Friday is very slim, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see you Saturday, at least. Yeah, it's all right. So
We'll see what happens.
yeah, so basically the way this thing goes is, we got a little bit of tech news, a little bit of rants and everything like that. He actually has a nice little list. I know there's a lot we got to talk
A
about.
lot of fucking tech news.
All right, so let's get started.
All right. Anything y'all want to chime in before we dive into?
Yeah, I'm mad I didn't bring a bottle of water. That's about
Me
it.
too.
This is the only one in the fridge.
Oh,
I was gonna bring 3, but there was literally one in the fridge. I'm
Nobody
not gonna come
thinks-
through. Like I brought 1 cold one and 2 room temperature ones. Oh dang, I didn't
I'm not saying nobody thinks about us, but you know.
Yeah.
Alright,
what you got?
Bring room temperature water, fine.
I live with room temperature water. Okay, so what you got for us today?
Alright. So this week out in Berlin was the big IFA conference. So apparently you would think this is like CES, the way people are just cranking out new announcements left and right. You know, when we're trying to cover stuff, it can get a bit tedious, whatever the case.
What was the one that grabbed your attention the most?
I can't say there was one.
Really?
Because there was some, I may have missed some.
Or do you think there was like so much that they put out that you just couldn't pay attention to all of it?
Yeah. Well, only because I have to pay attention to it, absorb it, and then write it. And then still do stuff. It's my day off yesterday, but I'm still trying to do stuff throughout the day as well. Whatever the case, I'll just start with no particular order. So LG announced the somebody's phone.
Yo, my phone be calling me too, bro.
Your phone be calling you.
Okay, hold on. Let me put that on silent. I forgot to do silent. There you go.
Alright, so LG released the V30. You were here during the setup, so that's what it is. So it is probably it might be their best phone to date. Definitely the best looking phone. So it's definitely retaining what the V series upholds with the audio, video side of things. Selfie camera still kind of whatever. F2.2 aperture, 5 megapixels. Like on the back you have 16.
Yeah, 16.
16 f1.6 aperture. The dual f1.6. Everybody else is 1.7. Does that matter? We'll see.
Yeah.
I've yet to test anything because if their image processing can't keep up with it, it's irrelevant.
He's in the middle of that. I mean, camera wise, I think it's just okay. And because one of them is 16, the other one's 5. You said the wide angle I think is like a 5.
No, the front is 5. Both are
16 in the front.
I can't think. I gotta pull it up. I gotta read.
Oh my God, you gotta read. I'm so proud of you,
Like
bro.
I said, it's a lot of info. So give me 1 second to pull up the exact specs. But like I said, it's
And some very familiar edges. To say the least.
Is that
familiar edges.
Familiar edges.
That's what
Samsung-esque?
No, actually, iPhone-esque. Look at
You got the iPhone right now?
I would say.
I'd say
Yeah,
Samsung.
Samsung. Everybody got the antenna bands. I mean, everybody has that now.
Yeah, well, look at the similarities.
I hope LG is not trying to like go up against like Apple. That's that's
I mean,
that's a Samsung
All right. Yeah,
competition.
my bad. So
Give me your iPhone real quick.
all right. Dual camera system.
Okay.
16 megapixel f1.6 with optical image stabilization, and the second lens is the f1.9 13 megapixel wide angle lens.
Okay, that's not that bad.
You can do a lot of cool things. I'm just gonna. Pardon me. I have abundance of information in my head, so I'm just gonna read it. So if I look like I don't know what I'm talking about,
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
deal with it. I'm reading from my
Your
site. If that makes a
fingerprint, bro.
difference.
Fingerprint. I need your fingerprint.
I'm reading it from my own site. TechGuySomeGuy. That makes a difference. If anybody
Oh,
knows.
so okay. Huh. I see what you mean.
Yeah, the edges. At least the edges have a similar.
I see what you mean on the edges, but that's
Yeah,
that's
but
the only
that's-
similarity.
It is,
Yes,
but
that's it.
that's the thing that's been a thing since the iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, but to
4.
be honest with you, Omar, that's probably the only
Splitting
thing.
hairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Actually,
saying.
actually though, even though look at that side to side.
Yeah.
That is pretty damn similar.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, but as I said, it's just the edges are a little.
We gotta keep in mind.
Yeah,
Apple's
take
been-
that blasphemy out of
That's
here,
pretty
bro.
much the design since what, before, more or less.
4 or 5, yeah.
Whatever. All right, whatever case. So their focus is more so on video. So you can do some cool things like you have 16 color grading cine effects. So pretty much you have built-in LUTs for video that you can choose from while recording video, which is definitely an interesting thing. They have their own pretty much their version of S-Log, which you shoot video with, which is pretty cool. So if you're editing, and speaking of editing. They have a built-in video editor. I don't understand why companies don't do this, especially on the Android side. Android side is like a fucking desert of video editors, unless you got like Cyberlink or you got some other stuff you got to pay for. Yeah, I'm like, I don't understand why nobody can come up with an iMovie-like solution for video editing. I don't want to use some little social media app that aggregates it for me. Like I want to do it myself. Adobe has something that's kind of alright, but it's like can somebody make a fucking iMovie for Android or Apple?
You know what? Wait, do you make a good? Because I mean, Adobe doesn't actually have a mobile version of their Premiere.
It's called some clips or something. I don't even know if it's still out. I'm not.
But it's like but they have like Lightroom. They have a Lightroom version for mobile devices, which is pretty spot on.
Which is pretty spot on.
Yeah,
You know
actually,
what?
that's what I used to take pictures. Cause
Oh, it's actually called Premiere Clips, I think.
so the Lightroom app on iPhone lets you take raw pictures with the sensor without having any compression. So
Same on Android, but it's just like why can't I edit a video on?
yeah.
If you're on Android, I mean.
The only way you can do it on iPhone is through iMovie, but then that's a very big cumbersome program and it runs a lot of fucking memory.
It is, yeah. It's gonna drain you battery. Best if you're pro tip if you have an iPhone and you're editing on iMovie, be at home or somewhere where you can charge it.
Charge
It's
it.
gonna murder your battery.
Yeah,
There
or have
was-
a pack on you.
There was
But very efficient.
one app that I would tell you for us to review on Android, because I actually mess with this. Let's not say it now if we're gonna review it.
Yeah, that's review it.
Okay.
So the app is
I actually did have some time to play around with this, and it's actually really good to the point that I almost bought the pro level.
I almost bought it.
Almost.
But then I realized I don't do that kind of stuff.
No. The only reason why I didn't, honestly, is because I think at the time that I was gonna buy is when I lost my phone,
Oh yeah.
and that was it. You know what I mean? So
That's not your phone.
that was it. And I was like, yeah, I'll install it later.
Yeah.
I'll install it later. But that's one. If you want to review that, I would say we should review that.
Yeah, you have
Alright.
an Android phone.
Alright, I'll
You
think
can't
about it.
because I only have
Yeah,
one phone.
but it does what that one specifically does is that it gives you, it lets you upload a video, trim it wherever you want it, add it. Then you could upload the same exact video, trim another section, and so you could really cut up a strip wherever you need it.
Okay.
Add music, layer it up, and everything like that. Different, different transitions, the whole nine
That sounds good.
on the mobile. So it's one that I wouldn't mind bringing up to you guys for us to review later because it would be pretty good.
Okay.
All right.
Good to know. Noted. All right.
FYI.
All right, cool. I'm gonna get back to V30. So V30, you have an option called point and zoom, where you can, zoom into the subject while recording video using both lenses, where you can do it manually, where you can have it go zoom really quickly. I mean, of course, you're gonna go from optical to digital, but it's a cool feature that no one's really used yet. On the audio side, 32-bit hi-fi quad DAC boosts audio quality, whether you have wired headphones, and then they have hi-fi streaming, so if you're using Bluetooth. So they're really trying to beef things up on the multimedia side of things.
There you go.
Everything else, you just have everything else you would expect. Snapdragon 835, 4 gigs RAM, 64 gigs of storage, and then there's, I hear the plush version, which is 128 gigs, whatever, you can expand it via microSD. And a 6-inch, but it's a 6-inch, but it's not a big one, it's more wide and tall. A 6-inch OLED full vision display.
This is it, right?
Yeah, with a.
This is the G60. Actually, hold on. Let me get my.
That's a G60.
This is the G6. This is the G6, and this is the V30. So there's a size.
It is.
Yeah. So it is a little bit bigger, but it's about the same.
But it's more wide than tall.
Yeah, it's more wide than tall.
So it's a 6-inch.
Looks pretty cool though.
But when you say 6-inch, maybe I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be massive.
Now this is, I'm assuming, gonna be their flagship. Like it's the G series.
Second tier, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
it's they're adopting Samsung. All right. The thing is, they're adopting Samsung's 2 phone a year or 2 flagships years.
That's
you got
what it
the,
is.
the
Okay.
standard one and a more high end one later. in the
So
year.
now it's the V and the G is basically the two flagships for the LG
Yeah,
company.
but I think for Samsung that works. I think for LG that may hurt because you're not gonna get a lot of G6 sales if they know the V30 is gonna have all the better shit.
Right, LG has a smaller market, right?
Yeah,
Because it's really iPhone, Samsung, and then everybody else.
yeah, pretty
Right,
much.
And
So-
wait, what's the Chinese company? Huawei?
Huawei.
Huawei.
Wow.
But they don't have.
Yeah,
But see, Huawei's market is along par with everybody
Yeah,
else.
but if
Yeah.
you're talking U.S.,
Yeah,
They're
but
trying- they're still trying
they're
to-
pushing into the U.S.
they're
And
trying to
once
break
they
in.
once they do,
companies
Good
like
question.
LG and HTC need to be concerned.
yeah.
Right, now
Even
put-
Samsung needs to be, because Apple's already concerned for them, because everything that the first thing that the very first phone that they came out with was a complete step-by-step bite off the iPhone at the time.
I actually remember that.
Complete.
'Cause he
The
brought-
only thing that was
he
different
brought it
was
up,
the
and I was like,
logo
damn.
and a
Did you get
slight bevel on the edges. That was it.
Right.
The rest of it was like you're like, it's like a knockoff, but it worked perfectly
Like
fine.
a good knockoff. It was
Good
like,
knockoff.
Yeah, it was like
I
a
mean,
good count.
since then they've got their own designs taken from here and there from different companies, but they should not be worried if they make it to the U.S. market.
Now, real quick, now Huawei, like how many different phones do they have? They only have one flagship.
Nah, they have a lot.
So they got a lot,
Yeah.
man. I can't keep up.
Perfect example.
Cause you gotta keep in mind. You ever heard of the Honor phones?
No.
It's like a budget version of. It's like a budget version of their flagship, but you still have like dual camera lenses under maybe like $300-400.
Damn.
Perfect example. Last time I went to Peru, when you walk out the international airport, there's a huge fucking flag or poster of their 9 phone. It was
Oh,
called
the
9.
Huawei Mate 9. The Mate 9
Yes.
probably.
It was hanging right outside. Like, the whole side of the
That's
airport, a huge ass.
That's
And I was
awesome.
like, yeah, these fuckers are taking
They're
over.
here. Well, they're the ones who had the. Remember the cameras that had the phone that had the Leica partnership
Yes.
with Dula? That was
them.
That was Huawei.
So,
There you go.
Even though it wasn't. They weren't really Leica lenses. They were. It's a partnership. They
Yeah,
had
it was
to
more
do.
of a software.
But
thing.
whatever the case, that started with their rise, or at least
Yeah.
awareness.
awareness. Because overseas, they're big.
They're doing well.
They're doing very well overseas. That's for sure.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Next up, Motorola dropped the Moto X4. So the Moto X used to be their flagship until they came out, with the Moto Z. So when Moto Z came out, it's all about mods. So Moto X is now took a down step. So what's so different about this one? It's dropped down this year. Now it's kind of a powerful mid-range phone, but now you have dual camera setup and Alexa abilities. So I mean, everybody's really running gung ho with this dual camera setup, but I don't.
So like remember how we talked like that's gonna be standard now.
It is gonna be standard.
You know?
Dual camera setup is definitely gonna be standard.
It's like fingerprint now, dual standard on
Yep.
every phone. Like if you don't have fingerprint, you're not really a phone.
Right. Yeah.
You
See,
know,
like,
so
like
it's
there's
like,
gonna
alright.
be there's a lot of things over the past couple of years where they've just been adding on features, but some features have been adding on, and you see them and you're like, this is gonna be standard.
Yeah,
Dual cameras is gonna be standard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fingerprint or face recognition,
Standard.
it doesn't need to be, but it is.
Yeah.
Phone jack,
Because
standard.
that fingerprint thing, I mean not fingerprint, the dual camera thing, it's like a lot of them can't even nail the basics. So it's
Yeah.
like, why
Yeah,
even
no, you're
bother?
right. There's a lot of people who can't even nail a camera the first time. So putting two, you're just
Dude,
putting,
that's an
you're
understatement.
putting too much on your plate. You can't
Dude,
even nail
do
one
you-
camera.
Hold up.
You know, come on,
Wait,
that's
we're
baby
gonna
steps.
we're gonna take it back about 10 years right now. Do you guys remember when cameras just started getting put onto phones and
Oh,
people were
yeah.
losing their minds? Oh my God, I have a 2-megapixel camera.
Oh my god.
Remember that? Remember the
Yeah.
Curve had like I think it was like 2 megapixels or something like that. It was
Yeah.
something tiny.
Might have been 3.
And it was like a.
Well, remember they started off like 1.3
1.3.
or 1.3 in the smartphone era. Prior was check my VGA out.
Yeah. No, and it's funny because like I have old emails. People would send me pictures from their VGA phones, and I'm
Yeah.
looking at it and I'm like, how do we ever think this was great?
Yeah, we were looking
How
at
do
be
we think
like,
this is amazing? at
be
the
like,
time?
oh my
You're
God,
like,
the quality on the screen looks
it's
so
amazing.
good.
Oh my god, dude, you should be a photographer. Now you're looking like, no, you should never be a photographer. That's for that shit.
Yeah, nowadays it's like no.
I guess maybe we're spoiled with that. It was just exciting that you could have a camera on your phone.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
That
was. People got
exciting.
excited about it.
Yeah. Now
You
it's
know?
like, yeah.
Like what was it? Remember the original Psychic? Didn't they have a camera on theirs?
Yeah.
VGA.
VGA.
First one is VGA.
Yeah.
That was it?
Yeah.
See, there you go. So it's like,
A lot of people don't even remember. We're actually supposed to do a video about that. Hopefully, I can get around to it. Psychic's birthday's coming up.
How many years is that?
Wasn't the Sidekick the first phone to get hacked too? Wasn't all the celebrities
Yeah.
the first celebrity hack?
It was.
Good job, Sidekick. Started
Was it 2000? It was like 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
All
people-
celebrity news made out to
Jesus.
A lot of people, yeah, and VJ quality.
VJ quality
Just
pictures.
Yeah.
DJ quality news.
A lot of people don't remember.
That was the fappening beta version.
Yeah, literally beta of the happening. A lot of people don't remember that the first Sidekick had spin a screen like the original
Game Boy?
Yeah,
Really?
first one.
I don't remember that.
Nobody does.
Everybody remembers the
'Cause they
Sidekick with
came
the
out
color
with
screen.
the color, and then 2.
I think it was the 2 that everybody was up on. Wasn't
2 is what everybody had because L had the 1. No. Pound had the 1 color where he had.
Oh wow, this one.
Yes.
Wow, look at
Yeah.
that. Hold on. Look at that. I forgot about that.
Don't worry, we're gonna do a Sidekick appreciation.
I can't appreciate it. I never had one.
You missed it.
No, you know why? No, I was on the Motorola Razr.
I jumped right
So
onto
it's like-
jumped right onto BlackBerry after
That
the
was-
first Nokia. That was it. I mean,
Well, you know what it was? I don't want to get too much into it because I can go on this forever.
yeah.
My favorite phone, and I think it did a lot to set precedence of where we are today.
Oh yeah.
It remember you had to get an email to get one, so that kind of pre-BlackBerry, pre all that other stuff. It kind of had everybody an email
Yeah.
to send me a T-mail.
You know what's funny? The T-mails. Oh my god, I
They
remember
had an
that.
app store. They had ringtones. Like I said, it's a lot, but I'll get into that later. This is my favorite fucking phone of all time.
You know what? Yeah, we're never.
But and the second was
Wait,
totally
you know
T-Mobile
what?
thing,
Wait,
right?
you know what?
Yeah, right?
You know
It's
what?
proprietary
You
T-Mobile,
know what?
exclusive
I think
T-Mobile.
I have a
Yeah.
Sidekick at my house.
Really?
I think my wife had a Sidekick when she was
Oh,
young.
please!
and
I
she
need
kept it.
I need
Great.
one for the fucking.
Because we're gonna blow it out.
It's
We're gonna-
pink though. I know that much.
It's fine. We just need to
Okay.
blow something
I'm trying
up.
to find Nadine's because it's like I'm trying to find.
All right,
stuff.
you know what?
Whatever.
Go to the next
All right.
thing.
The next
Let
one.
me-
Go back to the
All
next
right,
one.
Moto X4 2, blah blah blah, dual camera, water resistant, fine.
Yo, I'd like to point out that real quick. We got off talking about the 15-year-old cell phones more than the new ones just now.
But that's what I'm saying, because there was
Well,
more
that
excitement
were-
in those days about the cell phones
that
and
were
features.
old, so
No, not that they were old. Like,
yeah.
they
Because
just don't.
I think about it. If you show your son a Sidekick, they're not gonna be like, "What is this?" They might think the flipping is cool, but everything else is like it's not touchscreen. Who cares?
You know what's funny? I might actually show him that later today. Like you actually got me like, yeah, you know what?
It was a good. It was. All right. Well, whatever. I can gush all day about it. All right. So Moto X4 is going to have Alexa built in. It's funny because I think originally everybody rumors had it pegged as being a Project 5 phone, which is Google's proprietary. Wrong choice word. Google's MVNO that uses T-Mobile, Sprint, and US Cellular.
Okay.
wow.
Their service. But turned out not so much. So whatever the case, it's coming to the US sometime in the fall. And moving on.
Yes, give me something else, bro.
The Nest, the thermostat.
Oh, they're upgrading
They
it, right?
have two things about the Nest. So they're doing an event in October. Something about the living room. I don't know what they're about to unveil.
Really?
It's probably gonna be I'm like Nest is going to the living room somewhere. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna come on humidifier, whatever case.
I hope they don't try to like go up against like Alexa or something like that.
No, all this stuff supports. No, all this stuff supports it. I
Each
don't,
other.
I don't think they're coming up with a smart thing. All this stuff supports it. They would be ridiculous to come out. But I'll get to ridiculousness later on the list.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, there's more. So they came out with a more affordable version of it, slightly. It's called the Nest E. Thermostat E. It's like all white. It's frost. It's $169. Let me show you guys what it is.
Thermostat
It's like-
E.
Where is it? Oh, I can't find it because
30-minute installation time.
it's coming up today. All right. I
We'll
posted
see it
for
today for tomorrow. I guess.
No.
Well, right now-
I scheduled it for today.
Right now, it's at $249 is the
No,
price.
that's the regular one.
Right,
That's
the
the
regular
regular.
one is at $239.
The E is not even up there yet.
No, it's there. You go to the next site, you'll find it.
I'm at the next site. Let's see if I can find this.
Just go to thermostat.
Thermostat.
right
Yeah,
there.
let's see if it'll give me something.
There's a frost white color.
Oh,
I
it
mean,
looks
it has
cute.
everything.
It's cute. Look at that.
Like it does
That's
everything.
simple.
It does everything. Yeah, simplify, and it probably put a little less premium stuff to come down.
I mean, it's a
right?
thermostat. All you need to do is tell you the goddamn temperature.
Yeah, I know, but they wanna, they trying to
Wait,
make
wait,
it
you
smart.
gotta
It
find
works
now
with
thing,
Google
let's see.
Home. It works with different other stuff. You can have the temperature go up and down, and they'll save you around 130, 140 bucks.
Yeah, I mean
a year
that's a good price.
using it. So they're like, yo, you're gonna get this money back,
Yeah.
and it's easy installation. So that's pretty cool. That's somewhere I would definitely try to get.
I'm trying to see if I could get to a price for it, but it doesn't look like
169.
160.
169.
All right, we'll see
That's
more about
like-
it next week. Probably.
That's like $90 less. That's not bad.
Yeah.
$80 less. That's
All
not
right.
bad.
So the iPhone 8 event is officially happening on September 12th. Anybody excited?
Nope.
I am.
Well, of course
You
you
are?
are.
What, for the 4K TV?
Oh no, I'm going to a Vericam event that week, but I don't want to buy that
So wait, so you're going to the day or the week?
one. Yeah, a week. It's the 12th. What day is it?
Is that that Panasonic one?
Yeah, but I think it's the same day.
This guy's been like gushing over this Panasonic camera.
I'm always a big fan of Panasonic. I
Oh, now
love the
he's a big
GH2.
fan.
That was the second camera I got, was the GH2, and I held on to it because you were
That's
able to
actually
hack
true.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that
were
part's
able to
actually
hack
very
it.
true.
I actually turned it into a 1,000 frames per second camera. And you were able to shoot outside though because you need something,
Right.
a big source of light. And it was good for those little shots like that. So I've
But
always
not the
been
new
into it.
camera. The ISO capabilities will make you lose your mind.
The double ISO capabilities would make me lose my
It's
mind.
ridiculous.
That is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
beautiful thing.
Do you remember? Wait. Okay, I'm about to go old school now. Do you remember Stanley Kubrick when he did Barry Lyndon?
Oh yeah, he used the NASA lens.
He used NASA lenses. He used NASA lenses and all natural light.
Yeah. 0.7 aperture.
Yeah,
on that one.
dude, the aperture was like ridiculous.
Yeah, and they had to modify it. It was some crazy technology.
Yeah.
There's a lot of videos about that, and they
Yeah,
they were
just-
able to use candlelight and they're able to see.
That candlelight scene.
the
That thing
candlelight
was
scene
nuts.
was actually just candlelights.
Yeah, like Stanley Kubrick figured out a way that he wanted to light candlelights
Yeah.
for all the actors in this one shot. The only way to do it was using a specific lens where the aperture, the lens eye was wide open.
And again, let me point something out. We're talking about something else other than the iPhone because phones have gone to that point where like, what is really the
Wow, you know what's funny? We segued out of iPhone conversation
Real
real quick.
Why? Yeah, they're taking away the home button. I mean,
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what?
on,
They really took away the
I'm on IG right now.
Yeah,
looking
look
at,
at that.
Joel
Wait, wait.
Ostel Joel Ostel.
So that goes to show you that, you know, what does it say?
We'll talk about that. That's a good one. Yeah, we'll talk about the Harvey situation and some of the stupidity that's been happening in the
Yeah.
minute. But yeah, I mean, that's the whole
The whole-
Barry
I'm
Lyndon.
not, yeah.
Yeah,
But
Do yourself a favor, YouTube Barry Lyndon cinematography, and there's gonna be a whole list of people talking about it
They
because
actually did a video just on the whole on the
The
lens
lens?
itself.
I mean,
They did
yeah.
a video on the lens itself.
yeah, he had to pull a lot of strings to get some of those shots off, and it was amazing. It was worth it. It really was. All right, cool. All right, yes,
Okay,
the
so
iPhone's
to
coming out this week.
iPhone-
Am I
Alright,
interested?
alright.
Rumors. Tell me the rumors. I mean, I've heard.
Tell me the rumors,
but
come
All
on,
right, you know
come on.
about the iPhone 8, so
Yes.
it's a 5.8-inch OLED.
We know that much that they're definitely gonna bring.
No home button.
No home button, virtual.
No home button.
Virtual. It's going to be baked into iOS as far as navigating around the screen.
Are they bringing the headphone jack back?
No.
I don't think so.
If
Face
they
ID,
do, that'll be them admitting that it was not a good idea.
Face ID.
That's something that Samsung already did. They're like,
The iPhone 8 is a fucking homage to the Galaxy. Whatever.
Yeah.
Wireless,
fact.
wireless charging and maybe
Samsung already has.
Maybe
some
wireless
3D.
charging.
No, wireless charging is gonna be on there. 3D and maybe 3D, but definitely AR technology built within the camera, some sort of software. The iPhone 7s and 7s Plus will have beefed up internals with and adding wireless charging. Third generation Apple Watch will have LTE support for those who want to spend even more money. And a 4K Apple TV is coming that supports 4K HDR.
wow.
Talking about, we were just talking this off camera. Roku is like the king. 'Cause They did 4K years ago. They did 4K streaming
That was
Yo,
years ago.
yo, I'd like
They
to point
followed
out
behind
that.
Apple like 2 years. Come on,
Wait,
Roku.
wait.
No,
Rod,
it's
please
true.
admit that the moment you said Apple TV, you knew exactly where this conversation was going to go.
You wanted me to jump on that
I'm trying
grenade.
to burn through these concepts. I'm trying to
Jump on
burn
that
through it so we go to
grenade.
the next one. So
Yo,
we get
that
more
was
interesting topic.
I'm not
Dude.
lying, people. It's true. Check it out.
yo. I like to point out that it's like Rod's trying to stick to the script.
No. I'm
And me and Omar are like, screw your
I'm
script.
trying to
Roku, Barry Lyndon.
I'm trying to burn through it. I'm in the meantime, I'm trying to get this shit off so we can go through.
Oh, but we're really going on some of
interesting.
that field stuff right
So
now.
we can go more interesting. All
That's
right.
funny.
So now that that's out the way,
Go.
all right. So
Everything you're describing on the iPhone is.
Is
If
that
you did
impressive?
not mention that it was iPhone, it sounds like you're talking about a Samsung.
If you're not gonna tell me
Now-
that the screen is actually a 4K screen, which is probably the next thing Fancy's gonna come out with before iPhone
we'll
does.
see. We'll see if iPhone even makes it to Quad HD because they're still on 1080p.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
that it matters, but if everybody else is stepping up, why not?
Exactly.
Right.
You're gonna be like, OLED looks amazing on fucking.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be whatever.
Okay. Alexa and Cortana will soon work together and talk to each other.
About time.
You said about time?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
Because
How is Cortana still alive?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was like, who has a Windows phone? And I mean, other than the Surface, who has a Windows phone?
Well, no,
Nobody's
no.
using Windows 10 for their.
but everyone's using Siri.
Maybe Xbox.
Cortana, very few people. But this
Everybody uses Siri.
Look, I have Siri. I use it when I'm driving. I need to text somebody or hey, call somebody.
I don't
for
think
me.
these. I think people are using them. I think Alexa is probably the most used virtual assistant.
And here's the reason why.
So who's adapting that?
We-
Alexa or Cortana? Think about it. Who's the one that's saying, okay, they should talk to each other?
Probably Microsoft.
Because they need the help.
They need the help. They was
Especially
like,
in that region,
area,
they need the
yeah,
help.
They need it. But
Cause-
it was cool for Amazon to be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's rock.
Let's rock.
So now you can work with so Alexa will be integrated to Microsoft Office to be able to like, okay, pull up my Outlook calendar, email, such and such,
There you go.
via voice.
That
so
makes more sense to
it's
me.
interesting, but it's just like, all right, well, some people may laugh at it, like, oh, they had to join together. Like, not really. Alexa's kind of killing them out there.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure there's more stuff to come that's going to make this more beneficial.
Yeah, like whenever somebody does something like that, that's only the first step. So
Yeah.
it's like you
Oh.
guys have something bigger planned
Yeah,
ahead.
because fucking Cortana's on Xbox.
Yeah,
So Alexa and Xbox, that's going to get interesting.
exactly. Like them talking to each other is gonna be an
Yeah,
interesting
good.
thing.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing. It was like the moment Siri came out, people started saying we're gonna make our own, we're gonna make it better.
Yeah.
Personally, I think they did. Now,
Everybody,
yeah, but now it's like, all right.
To an extent.
Yeah, but now somebody had to admit that, listen, as much as we're dominant, we won't be able to get them completely out of the market. Might as well make them a part of us and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You gotta get
So
what I'm
here's my
saying?
question. So let's say you're on an Xbox, and Alexa is on your Xbox. Would that work with your system at home? Like if you have one of those Alexa systems at home,
I'm pretty sure
are
that's
they able
coming.
to
I'm
come
sure.
together?
If it is, it's
Because
coming.
on Alexa you can be like, hey Alexa, order me a pizza. So if you're on your Xbox in the
Can you do
basement and Alexa's in the living room, can you go through your Xbox and
You
Alexa's in the
might
living
be
room?
able to. I
Says,
think you
alright.
will.
I think you can do that already.
Alright,
I
I don't know.
Because
I think
you
you
can
can
do
do
that.
that right now without them, but I think more stuff like that will be coming to it.
Yeah, but see,
Like I said, just being that this is the first announcement, so they got more stuff. to
dude, the
integrate.
moment that technology comes, but if I want to order a pizza, I only get the options like Pizza Hut and Domino's.
Dude.
Give me Terminas and I'm happy.
Amazon's about to kill it, and Alexa's probably the best.
Oh,
to
the
be their
wholesale
thing.
food thing?
Not even wholesale. You can order wine online now.
Did you put that on the list?
What,
No,
right?
it's not even Whole Food. Is that
We can talk
now
about that.
Amazon can deliver you wine within an hour to your home.
I actually heard about that.
So,
Oh, you alcoholics out there?
yeah.
Hey, I know.
Give it a few minutes. I'm
Yeah.
sure whiskey will be doing the same thing.
I know a lot of y'all ain't been to Whole Foods, but they have quite the extensive liquor department.
And the price has
Maybe
dropped.
not for going for vodka. Probably not gonna find Hennessy at Whole Foods, but as far as craft beers, they have
Yeah.
that's the one place that they have the Game of Thrones beer there.
Okay, so
What is it?
I don't drink beer. I don't know. You tell me. Simplify.
Hey, I don't even know there was a Game of Thrones beer.
wait, time out. You're a beer? I thought you were a liquor guy. You
I am a liquor
No, he
guy,
just said
but
no
I
to
drink
that.
beer. I'm not gonna say no to alcohol. It's just a sin. You know?
That's a sin in
It's
general.
here. It's
General.
rubbing alcohol.
Okay, you know.
Yeah, alcohol.
Anything to cure the wounds, they say, right?
Alcohol kills germs, right?
There you go.
Yeah, okay, that's how
Keeps
that
you
works.
clean on the outside and inside.
And there you go.
There you
That-
go.
That's a
So
good
you have a little bit
sanitizer.
of
It
alcohol.
was
There
Alright,
was that got quick.
I'm gonna throw that quick bit. I'm gonna go to Amazon Whole
Okay.
Foods before we go.
Maybe.
Alright, so I'm just gonna quick bite outs. SanDisk made a 400 gig micro SD card for
Yes.
250. Kind of interesting. Only say kind of because alright, well, now we're getting to the impasse of okay, you got micro SD. So unless you're using unless you're using the Surface, which doesn't have a full SD, it has micro SD, that can come in handy. But when it comes to your phones, it's great, but most people can use like cloud services and stuff without their phone
Right.
too. So it's like, it's dope, but it's like, is it a little on the late side?
Might not be, because it could be good for like, as a photographer, it's a redundancy issue. Like, you know, have it backed up in multiple places at once.
Yeah.
Cloud, disk, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because I got
Like you
back.
just throw an adapter on it,
Exactly.
like,
Because I got stuff backed up on external hard drives, cloud, and a couple of SD cards.
okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I have backups of backups. So I understand
Yeah.
why it would be a good idea. And but at the same time, I don't know if I want 400 gigs of data in something this small because it definitely sounds like I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Or break it.
And that price, and you have to imagine what kind of price point they're gonna put that at.
Oh, it's gotta be in
It's $250.
250.
Said it. I know. Listen.
No. For $250, I don't think that's the deal.
Okay, see now,
It's not worth it.
yeah, now let's go back.
How much is 120 gigs? Like $30?
You talking about full SD?
No, regular micro.
Yeah.
They're probably cheaper. I don't know.
See, but
I
that's where
priced the
the,
micro SD card so long.
that's where the
Yes.
argument lies. The argument lies is okay.
Like, if-
what purpose do you
It's
need a 400 gig?
So let's say 120
It's
gig
me.
micro SD costs $60. For me to get to that 400 range, I buy 4, and I'm still under the 250 mark.
Yes, easily.
So,
See that's
Makes
kind
no
of
sense.
that's where it doesn't make sense to me.
and
I agree.
at one point, that's just too much of like a lot of cinematographers tell you that the reason they don't buy 1 terabyte memory cards is because they have all your footage on that one card, and something happened to it, you lose
Done.
half a day or a whole day shoot.
Yep.
It's better to have 4 250s because then you're switching them out throughout the day. So if you lose one, you lose a quarter of the day or something. You don't
Wait,
lose
time
one
out.
day.
We gotta address this because it's gonna be interesting. Okay. You might hear creaking and rumbling because if you look up above us right now, about 30 feet to the left of us over here,
Oh, it's massive.
there's a massive crane
Taller.
lifting something over our heads right now. So when you hear his footsteps, it's the guys
It's
on the
the
booth.
HVAC system? Do you guys have an
No, I think it's the guy. No. I
Which
think
thinking?
no. Believe it or not, I think it was the guy on the 3rd floor. I think he bought a massive oven that the elevator can't bring up. I really think it was that. Like another people, like some of us here thinking like they might be installing a cell tower on our roof, which might be kind of cool.
No, really.
Well, you know.
You fuck with your Wi-Fi. I should.
Well, what's the mess up? Wi-Fi integration.
Yeah. Be like,
Damn.
yo, I don't disagree with him. I'll be like, yo,
He's the one who told me it wasn't that
Yo.
great. And I got on like, he's right. I thought you exaggerated.
no, not maybe in the front, but not here. But yeah, so just FYI, if you hear rumblings and stuff like that, we're still alive, so that's what matters. So,
Alright, what else?
yeah, what else?
All right. Where are we going? All right. So Samsung can't be IFA without Samsung. So they dive into waterproof fitness. They pretty much announced the stuff that we thought they were going to announce at the Note 8, but they saved it here.
They say that.
So you got the Gear Sport, which is pretty much their Gear S3 with a sportier body, a little less price. Gear Fit2 Pro, same thing, different body, a little more updated, looks a little bit better, and
Just the regular other accessories.
and then
Earbuds?
and then Icon X earbuds, which are updated. So all these now support swimming tracking, and now 5 ATM support, which is I forget what's the damn translation.
So basically, they
Water.
can't.
It's basically
Waterproof.
waterproofing for up to.
Congratulations, they're waterproof now.
No,
See,
like for like swimming waterproof,
Yeah, but
not like in the shower.
Yeah, remember we were
So
told.
That's
it's a
good, though.
So it's a difference.
Wait,
Like if
remember-
you're a swimmer, you do like laps around the pool.
Now
Yo,
this contract.
But remember we talked about this last week. It's like, yo, they're really running out of stuff to add on. It's like, all right, now it's waterproof.
So, wait, so the headphones are waterproof too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're a swimmer, you do like
That's cool.
Olympic kind of swimming.
That's
you
cool.
can put on some music,
And
leave
just
your
run
phone
out.
at the edge of the pool, do your laps.
Yeah, that
That's
actually is
pretty
pretty cool.
Let me verify that. 'Cause I could be dead wrong.
He's giving out all false information. That's all fake news,
Not
bro.
all.
Well, that would be if it's not. We just gave you your clue for your next add-on.
We just gave you an idea.
You're welcome.
Regardless, you're welcome.
So while he handles that, let's go back to something Carlos has been adamantly loving. That
What?
Amazon bought Whole Foods. Is that what you're talking about?
The deal is complete.
The deal's complete,
As of Monday,
and they immediately dropped the prices on a lot of stuff, like 43%.
So now, some of you broke motherfuckers can finally walk into Whole Foods for once. in your life.
Damn.
Yo, they-
How long you been holding that in?
I
Dude.
just saying that to be funny.
Yo, people from California were losing their mind.
Yeah,
Like
like
the
I've
price of
shopped there.
avocados dropped and people went crazy.
Like I shopped there, but I won't be shopping there for a while, real quick.
Ain't we all?
But no, it's I love Whole Foods. They're one day we gotta go there for breakfast. They have a breakfast bar.
Oh yeah.
Well, of course, it used to be pricey. I don't know what it is.
So,
for
Carlos,
now.
I think somebody's inviting us to breakfast.
That's what it sounds like to
Yeah,
me.
definitely. When I get my act together so I can pay for it. It's like, no, I just brought you here. It's something you pay for your own.
I just want you to smell it. I don't know buy you guys.
This is just a drive-by sniffing.
Yeah, it's dry sniff.
But no, Whole Foods is pretty. They have good food there.
They did. Do you know what? I stopped going there when they were trying to sell that water infused cucumber drink or the asparagus for like $30 for like a couple stalks of asparagus. Like, what the hell?
Wow.
You know what?
I can go buy asparagus for like 50 cents or $1.
Wait, here's
and water.
here's a good discussion. Whole Foods or Trader Joe's?
Fairways.
You know what?
I love Fairways.
Haven't
I'm
been
gonna
to
put this out there. Fairways, you guys got me.
I haven't been to Fairway yet.
I gotta go for Trader Joe's.
Trader
I
Joe's.
love Fairways.
Wait, no, as a Peruvian, you would
Trader
appreciate
Joe's.
this. They actually have the
You
kind.
haven't been to Trader Joe's?
Oh yeah,
No,
I've been to Trader Joe.
Oh, okay.
Have you been to Fairways?
I haven't been to Fairway.
I've been to Fairways. Pretty good.
But I've been to
Yeah.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
Fuck
but
Whole Foods
Yeah.
is just like a bigger Trader Joe's, more or less.
The
Way
thing,
more
the thing
expensive.
though that I like about Fairways is that they like to use wherever they're a lot of the local produce.
that's
It's
yes.
fresher.
That's
so
important.
Like, boom.
Yeah.
That's what I really like about
And
it.
the fact that we're in New Jersey, which a lot of people think is like urban as hell, it really isn't.
It's
Garden
like
State.
one section and everything else
Yeah,
like
it's the
forests and
Garden
gardens.
State.
And,
Yeah, there's a reason we're in Jersey, so yes, we are in Garden State. There's a reason why we're called the Garden
Yeah.
State,
Yeah.
because damn near all of it is a freaking farmland.
Yeah.
So a lot of people forget about that. So yes, local around here is actually a very good thing.
Yeah. So
Matter of fact, the farmers market on Crooks Ave, bro.
There's a lot of good farmers markets, but that's So even though I like Trader Joe's, I'm still gonna just like Fairway. I don't know why they have their own coffee section.
you can't be loyal. You gotta be loyal.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just giving you my one
I
and
just
two.
messed
You
with
know what I'm
you.
saying?
Sidekick has been sold. She got rid of it.
No big deal.
To who?
One of her friends.
No,
Tell her to cancel that.
It's probably
Today, the big
years.
episode.
It's probably years ago.
That's what she said.
I
It's
saw
probably
that.
solely years ago.
I saw that shit when we hooked
Yo.
up. Oh,
Yo,
Probably.
yo, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, she actually takes back like, babe, that thing was gone like 9 years ago. I'm like, why do I remember it so vividly? Like,
because I had the VGA camera. You know.
that's what it was, the VGA camera,
It's like I
bro.
remember all those photos, all these pixels.
I could insert a joke right here, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm not gonna. Like, this is one of those.
Your wife will kill you. That's why.
She might appreciate it.
She don't listen. I'll be alright.
you know.
Don't play that game.
The one day she doesn't watch a podcast, and she watches that day.
Don't play the game.
Don't play it. Don't risk yourself.
Be smart.
There's an actual, I think it's an Instagram or a Vine where a guy and his wife are talking and he says something so dumb and next thing you know, they play Sarah McLachlan's I Will Remember You and he's like in a casket.
Oh, that's the Weebays?
I think so.
Weebies?
It's
a bunch of them.
hilarious.
He'd be like,
Have you ever seen him?
He'd
We're
be
gonna have to
like-
play that for you. It's
he's
hilarious.
like, does this make me fat? And he looks and he's like,
Yeah,
Like he said
he
the
looks.
wrong
What
thing.
doesn't make you look skinny? Boo. I will remember. It's hilarious. Like, you know what? We're gonna have to play those for him
Yeah,
later on.
probably.
All right, cool. What do you-
So the earbuds are not waterproof. It's just the two bands.
Well, now
Run,
Samsung, you're
run.
welcome. We give you an
I
idea.
mean, they beefed up their audio processing. They added like some dynamic range, but yeah.
Samsung, do us a favor. You heard what Omar said. Waterproof the headphones. He'll
And
be
then
happy.
send it to us.
But-
We'll
but
do a
they're
review.
earbuds, though.
Free of charge. Just send us
Like,
something.
I don't know, like it's like the ones
Well,
you put,
no, send
they're
us
like
three
the
of
ones
them.
you put on at
Yeah. Send us what he's doing.
they're like the ones you put on at the No Date event, those jobber ones. They're like those.
Oh yeah, those
So
are weird.
They're not as weird as that. They're a little more regular looking.
There was, and it wasn't you. It was Anna.
The Jabra Sport Elite. I have them as a review.
Yeah,
They're pretty cool. These are them.
It was these little earbuds like this tiny, and they put in your ear and they stay there. And Anna like her Dominican ass, and she was hilarious because all of a sudden she puts on, she's like, I'm gonna put music on. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. She puts on like old school bachata, but the bass on that was nice, bro. And I'm there in the middle of the galaxy, and I'm there
trying
like,
to fight my hips.
bro, oh my god, she was on point though. It was dope. It was dope. I was trying to play it cool. Though. I was like, yes, this is my jam.
But they're cool. They're actually made for runners. They read your heart rate and all that in there.
Get the hell out of
Yeah.
here.
So I haven't gotten.
Oh, okay, now I'm a little bit more impressed because
Yeah.
it felt really, it looked really bulby.
It is.
It looked
but
like
you have
you
to
know-
like
Yeah, you know how like
It's-
earpieces
it's
just stick here, they just almost
definitely-
surface? This thing is like out here.
It's definitely something to get used to. So the
You
first
get-
time you put them on, you be like, nah.
It feels like it's gonna fall off.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. If you find that right one, you'll be fine.
There you go.
All right, so Sonos is set to unveil a new smart speaker. I don't know
You're a
if I
fan
said
of
something else. Smart speaker on October 4th. Hopefully I can get into that. I reached out.
Sonos.
So we'll see what
Have to
happens.
put it out.
I love Sonos products. They're great. I reviewed about three or four.
Didn't you have to, don't wait, didn't you review the
Four.
soundbar?
I did the play bar.
Yeah, there you
Not
go.
the play bass. I'll try to get it on, I guess, email, whatever. Play ones, and play 3, and the new play 5.
And, which was like all of them you were happy with?
They were all
Okay, so you're excited about the new one then?
great. Yeah.
October what?
4th.
That's,
They were all.
that's a month away.
Like I went to somebody's house who had all Sonos products the way I wanted.
Dope.
I wanted, and I'm like, yeah, it does sound great still.
Okay, good, so.
Play bars everywhere. Well, the play ones are, they're a little pricey, but they're worth it. Play ones are $200. You might find one on a deal.
Okay.
On Amazon, you get 2 for whatever price. So
Okay, so definitely keep an eye out for a month from now and see what happens.
yeah. All right.
Dope.
They have casted Nightwing for the Titan series show. Actually, Starfire too.
Hold on. I want to hear this. I want to see this one.
So
Oh wait. Are you gonna also bring up the whole Francis situation? I forgot the actor's name. He's just Francis from Deadpool. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, you can bring it up
Okay.
because I'm
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
I do, but I'm unfamiliar with the character he was playing.
Okay.
He's
Oh,
an
he was
Asian
the
character,
villain.
right?
He was a villain in Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Ajax.
He's Francis, bro.
No, I know.
Francis, not Ajax. Brandon. What was the name?
Thwaites.
I just want to see him because.
He's pretty much the kid from the last Pirates.
Oh, the young one.
Yeah. So he's gonna be playing Dick Grayson in the live action Titan series. And if you watch the last 24 Legacy with Dr. Dre, his wife or ex-wife will be playing.
Ah.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Well, Dr. Dre.
Yeah. I know.
His-
I just sunk in.
Wait, who's he
Wow.
playing? Who's he playing? Nightwing.
Playing Nightwing.
Okay, I can see it.
Will I see his face?
Here. Here's his headshot.
refresh
That's his headshot. Huh.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he's that big. All right.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably bulking up for this.
He's definitely got to
That
be
looks
broken.
old.
This one?
That doesn't look recent.
Nah, I just he has a shitty.
That jawline though, yeah, actually. Oh yeah, there you go. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimmy Turner. Oh, he was his son.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know.
it's a movie I didn't see, but I saw that a mile away. You didn't see that coming?
I figured, but I was like, I didn't care enough to.
You didn't care.
I didn't care enough to inquire further.
Okay, definitely Nightwing. I see
Yeah.
it.
So he's gonna be playing.
Okay, I co-signed that one.
Yeah,
That's cool.
so he's gonna be playing Dick Grayson in the Titan series. So they're kind of coming things along. They casted Raven. Raven's like a 12-year-old girl, whatever. She's super young.
Really? Wait, who's Raven?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm not sure if it's a known name, but you can pull it up. She's like a really young girl. They casted Starfire already,
I see why they're casting Raven like that.
and then Beast Boy they didn't cast yet.
But that's why they cast Raven so young, because they're gonna have Beast Boy young too.
Yeah. So they're gonna grow. They're probably gonna grow into it or whatever.
Let's see.
Casting of Raven.
Wait, Tegan Cross. There you go.
Yeah, awesome. Australian newcomer. So yeah,
Let's see how you look.
so they start filming soon. This month actually,
Really?
I think, for Titans.
I'm interested.
So-
See, that's the thing about Titans. Titans is one of those is like, if I think Titans got a lot of interest when the cartoon came out, and a lot more people started being surrounded by the characters.
And the crazy thing is the cartoons, whether it's regular Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go, they barely scratch the surface.
Yeah.
Barely scratch. Like Justice League, the Justice League Unlimited, they really went in. With
Okay.
the storylines and lineage and heritage in regards to like.
It looks like
if you
only
know
one
nothing
headshot
about
was
DC. You go the DC
Raven,
one,
right?
watch- Yeah, Raven. You can
I
watch
see the eyes.
Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. And
What's
be
she in?
straight.
Out of this world, the Osiris child. What kind of demonic girl is this?
She looks dirty in the picture.
I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing what they could do with it.
Yeah, she is a little young though.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're
Two
making her
adults,
that young.
2 adults, 2 kids.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're making her that young just for. They're gonna try to subplot it with Beast Boy.
Beast, yeah, they cast Beast Boy.
Yeah, but
they
Beast
definitely-
Boy and Raven always had like a mutual understanding that they were always felt like outcasts.
Yeah.
So So, put them around the same age with each other so they could actually have more interaction with each other. It makes sense why they cast somebody that young.
Yeah.
You got what I'm saying? It makes sense why they would cast Raven that young so they could actually follow along with Beast Boy being that young so they could have another subplot narrative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's interesting.
It is.
I want to see how she'll look in costume though. That's the other thing. Because Raven is that kind of character that people have drawn them really young and people have drawn her like a grown ass woman. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I want to see.
You think they'll put it in the costume right away, or they'll make it grow into the costume?
It'll probably make him go into the costume. I won't be surprised.
Costume right away and not know nothing. She might, me and her costume.
What do you think? Her costume will be like Spawn and just comes out of nowhere?
No,
No,
I think she'll have her costume, but as the series go on, learn about her heritage.
Oh, okay.
And then
That makes more
I
sense.
think, but I don't
she'll
know.
have something, and then it will grow as the series grows.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is
I think that.
the costume we know. Right?
That's
I think that.
that's
Oh, for the
I
record,
see
if
it.
anybody hasn't seen it yet, let's talk about TV shows, superheroes. The Tick is out on Amazon Prime.
I watched
Bro.
it. Well, I don't have it.
I love the Tick series when it was on Fox. That was
Yo.
a great
Live
show.
action one?
Yo, you would
No, no, no,
appreciate the
no, no,
Amazon
no,
Prime
no, no,
series.
no, no.
You would appreciate the Amazon Prime series
Alright,
because they keep it to the same.
To the script? To
No,
the
they
cartoon?
keep it to the
They keep
silliness.
that same energy.
Nice.
They keep it to the silliness and the over the top. Dude, you're an accountant. Like Arthur is still an accountant. Like they really had him, but he found, and even in the cartoon, he found his moth
I found
outfit.
them out,
Yeah.
yeah.
They actually have him finding it.
Oh, wow.
Like the pilot episode is him finding the outfit,
Nice.
which is good.
Way
And
to
it's
ruin
like,
it for me. Spoiler alert, by the way.
please, the pilot episode's been out since last year. Okay, if y'all haven't seen it by now, screw you.
Is it?
Yeah, the pilot
Yeah, the
episode was
pilot
out for a
came-
year,
Yeah, yeah.
and I saw it a year ago, and I was like, they're never gonna release this thing because it's already been like
It took
forever.
forever. And
Then
then
it's like
coming,
surprise.
oh,
I'm like,
okay.
thank you. So it is out. Go see it. It's pretty damn.
Check it out today then.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a funny one. It's like it brings nostalgia. It brings a lot of nostalgia. So you'll like it.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. Next up, we have Joker.
I know nothing about this.
All
What
right, so
happened?
these
You
are rumors.
said it.
So these are rumors.
These are
about
rumors,
Joker.
right.
There's two sets, so we're gonna start off with the first one.
Warner Brothers wants Leo
Yeah, go for it.
DiCaprio to be the Joker, and Jared Leto is
In the Martin
Leto.
Scorsese origin one?
Yeah, and Jared Leto is he's
Cool.
a little bit upset that it wasn't him, that
He
he
had
didn't
to
get the
slim
call.
up to do it. If he slims up, he can pull it off. I'm like, he'll be done old playing
Yeah.
a young Joker.
That's the problem.
You do bring a point because he is of a mature looking DiCaprio.
But
Yes.
He's not like the basketball diary DiCaprio. He's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
No, he's not
was-
even Titanic DiCaprio. You
He's
know what
not
I'm
even
saying?
Titanic DiCaprio.
If he was a Titanic DiCaprio, like body wise, then I'd understand. But he's not.
he can slim down.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just
He's
the,
not
I don't
fat.
know the younger Uncle
Yeah, he
guy.
can slim
They
down
got the
and
younger Uncle
I
kinda
think
pull it off.
I think if you're going to go that route, I would want a younger actor.
I do too.
If you want a younger,
It
if you
sounds
really
like-
want to tell an origin one.
It sounds like
Now,
they're
that
looking
also
for a
depends on how they're gonna
surefire.
do the origin.
Or do you think the origin is gonna be like he's gonna be a 40-year-old guy and all of a
Take
sudden
this.
he's gonna-
Flashbacks.
No,
They're
no,
going back
take
to
this.
So I don't know how the story is.
Kind of already talked about, but there's another rumor. Joker
Okay.
is rumored to be a young bully kid with a permanent smile.
Wait, say that again. Young who?
Bullied kid.
So he's gonna go like the scars kind of permanent smile like they did in Dark Knight.
Probably. I don't know. But again,
So he's gonna be a Heath Ledger kind of a
these are
Joker.
rumors.
Then.
You know,
I wouldn't even put too much on
did you
it.
hear about the fan theory that Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight was a PTSD soldier?
Yeah, I've heard that.
No,
You ever heard about that?
No.
If you look at it again, they say that there's fan theory saying that the Joker was a former soldier who's suffering from PTSD. That's why he's no origin and he's just pure chaos.
Yeah. And it's perfect, and that's actually
It makes
you
sense
bring up
with
a
a
good
lot.
point because every time you tell the explanation for his scars, they're all
He just makes them up.
They're all different.
And they say that he never liked looking at anybody that he ever killed. If he never looked at anybody that he killed, he always looked away. You know what I mean? So you can't see death, but he's always around it. So like there's a big fan theory about that. If you look it up, like I would be interested if that's true or not. But going back, if Jared Leto's pissed about that, there has to be some kind of context in the story. The problem with Jared Leto doing
I
it.
guess he's the same age as me. About to get me to do it.
Exactly, but the problem with that is that I
Nobody
don't think Martin Scorsese is the kind of dude that'll play like that.
Again, this is the rumors of the Leo. That's what Warner Brothers want. That's not saying that it's happening. These are all rumors.
Yeah.
I think Warner Brothers is looking for a Leo.
I wouldn't want Leo.
I don't want him either. He could be in it, but I don't want him to
Leto
be
either
Joker.
though. I don't want Leto.
I mean, he's great, but I don't want him to
Who's
be.
in the Warner Brothers lineup? Warner Brothers is, let's see, I'm thinking.
It's gonna be interesting who they actually.
What's his name? The guy that played Rocky's son. I wouldn't mind seeing him.
Milo Ventimiglia.
Yeah, I can never put. If there's an actor that needs to change his name.
last name.
Yeah, you probably.
Ventimiglia?
Something like that, yeah.
Tamales. What?
But he's in
You know what I'm talking about.
I was about to say Last of Us. He's in This Is Us.
That needs to be made into a movie, Last of Us.
I thought they were. I
I
don't know what happened.
don't know. It needs
The last, yeah, I mean, I think no, they're gonna ruin it. They're gonna just
you think they ruined it?
they're gonna ruin
The game was awesome.
Dude, they're
The
ruining
game was absolutely amazing. They need to.
The game is amazing. That's one of the things that I actually posted about that on my Facebook page. That that's probably one of those games that transitions film and video games to
Yeah.
perfect marriage.
Yeah.
A video game and
There was-
cinematic storytelling.
There was
Get the right people behind it.
that game literally made me watch a YouTube playthrough of the entire thing. It was like
No.
20 hours
Dude,
of
yeah.
like it was 20 or 30 hours or something of watching it. I literally watched it the whole way.
And that's
through.
again that
It's
kind of
amazing.
started where people now appreciate they want that cinematic value.
That
in
was
the video
cinematic
game.
as hell.
Yeah.
That was ridiculously cinematic. You know what I mean? As much as some people like hated it and there was mixed reviews, Final Fantasy 15 was amazing too.
People hated it?
There were some people that were like the last act was really exaggerated long. It was like it took away from the open world and just made them look like it was you're going through stages. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, if that's the case, I'm not. I don't want Leonardo DiCaprio being the Joker. I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't. I give somebody else.
I think he's good, but yeah, I kind of want to see somebody else. But again, this is a tightrope walk they're doing right now because they're trying to give Joker an origin.
Yeah, see,
They're trying to make it something separate, so
yeah, but see,
this can go wrong
So many ways.
so
Right,
many
but
ways.
see, the
but
thing-
it go right too.
but see, the thing with Martin Scorsese and Omar, correct me if I'm wrong, but
You're right.
no, I don't think I am in this one. Martin Scorsese is kind of like Christopher Nolan. He likes using the same actors.
Yes.
Yes.
You right?
Big time.
Right. So it's like I'm thinking of the movies that he's done, and I'm like,
But
he young.
the reason he does
What
it.
about the kid from Hugo?
The reason he does that,
He's old now.
He's old now, yeah.
But he's old in his teens. He might be within the range. You get what I'm saying? Like he might be within. I would
You
say.
know who was a character I really liked? The guy who was on American Horror Story.
Which
Yeah,
All of them. He's the American Horror Story uses the same actors. And they play different characters in every story, and all the stories are actually intertwined with each
Is that
other.
the guy that played Quicksilver?
Yes. If you see him play in American Horror
Wait,
Story,
Quicksilver in Avengers?
yes.
No,
X-Men.
X-Men.
Excellent.
Okay, yes, I can see that.
When you see an American Horror Story, especially the earlier ones, the kid has that twist. He could play that twisted look.
Really?
He can go from being all nice and charming to like a Joker-ass kind of personality.
See, I would agree with that. I wouldn't mind giving because
he's a good actor.
The age,
He's
he
a
has
good
an
actor.
interesting look, and I think he might be
Interesting
well.
look.
Okay, I agree
Yes.
with that one.
Interesting look. That would be a great. That would be one person.
Yeah, but will Martin Scorsese actually say yes? I want him. That's the problem.
He's a good character actor.
I know,
I
but
think
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, Scorsese likes to use the same actors because he also knows their limitations and they know his expectations.
Right.
So they work better.
Wait,
It's easier to flow.
For the record, a completely underrated movie. Martin Scorsese's Hugo. You've seen it?
I loved it.
You saw it?
Not yet.
Loved it.
Amazing movie,
Amazing movie.
right? I
Yeah.
absolutely
I
loved
don't
it.
know if it won. I definitely was nominated for Best Picture. I don't know if
It didn't win Best Picture. No, it didn't win. But it was like
It was
when it comes to
that
Martin,
fight. It was a great one of
yeah,
his
of
great
his.
movies.
The funny part about that is that it's one of his underrated because I like.
It's underrated because it's not in this genre. Like you always
Yeah.
think of him as like
Goodfellas,
thuggish,
yeah,
mean
yeah.
streets,
They
you
want to
know.
see some gritty.
Yeah,
No,
they wanna-
that was
they
not
always
gritty
wanna
at
see-
all.
Yeah, they always want to see.
Ben
something
Kingsley was
gritty.
amazing in that one.
But
Ben
yeah,
Kingsley's amazing and everything. Even though the Mandarin was terrible, he still did an amazing.
He did great at
He
that.
still did an amazing. I'm sorry. That's Trevor.
that's true.
Man, you know what? Okay, he's talking about Iron Man 3 and Ben Kingsley playing the Mandarin slash Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor.
It was the biggest injustice done to any villain ever.
So bad.
Period. But yes, you're right. Ben Kingsley
Ben
still did an
Kingsley
amazing
still-
job. in that one. Even when he turned from Mandarin to Trevor and he realized what he was, it was still good acting. That's the thing. You're right. Ben Kingsley damn near anything.
He's good. Hey, what's his name? Sacha Baron Cohen. He was in that movie. He did a great role in that. He's a detective that's chasing the killer.
Oh, that's right. That's
Oh,
right.
really?
Sacha Baron Cohen. Yeah.
He's amazing job. He's an
People,
amazing
you know
actor.
what's funny?
They underestimated him as an actor.
They
He's
sleep on him.
really,
You wanna
really
know
good
what's funny?
actor.
I'm still kind of in that leeway with him because
He's a good actor. I've already
when he came out
moved
with
past that.
Borat, I was like, all right, one of these
Well,
guys.
he did Ali G before that.
Yeah, he did
I
Ali
used
G
to
before
watch
that.
the LG show.
Yeah.
And he was always like a really, really stupid comedian. Then he actually started like, all right, I'm gonna be a comedian, but I'm gonna get a little depth in me.
Yep.
No,
And
he-
in
he's-
Hugo, damn, he did a great job.
Great job.
He did a great job. in it.
He's that. I've
Yo,
never
you know what?
understood as an actor.
You
He's
should
really
see,
good.
and the fact that Martin Scorsese even said this is a love letter to cinema.
It was
Love
great.
it.
Oh
It was great.
yeah.
It was great. It was
There
great.
was all-
See it when you haven't seen it.
As a filmmaker, there's little homages to enhance to like the early
Yeah,
years
but that
of filmmaking.
the homages to that one, the amount of homages done in that movie was ridiculous. It was
And again, it's not his typical movies. The violence wasn't like the violence you expect from a Scorsese
Right.
film. You know,
Right, it wasn't
You're not
at all.
seeing bodies, and you're not seeing people getting whacked.
oh the
and
fire
that.
scene, the fire scene.
You know,
Yeah, that was.
You're not seeing that kind of stuff. You're just seeing a good film about film.
Yeah,
That's what
it really was. It's a film about film.
Okay.
It's a great movie. See it. You haven't
And
seen
that's why, when I heard he's doing Joker, I'm like, I'm not against that. He's a great film. He's not directing it, but with his guidance.
it. With his
it could
guidance,
be-
right?
it's gonna be
That's
You
why
can't
I'm
do
interested.
that.
in it,
Yeah,
right. Okay, yeah. All right. Sorry, we kind of drifted on
That was a good tangent, though. I liked it.
I'm done. So, oh, actually, no. One more thing that I forgot to add. That was really good. But if you guys got something, you go ahead and try.
Wait, what are we
He's
adding?
like, nah, I don't talk about
Wait,
it.
what are we adding? So we can talk about it. Or you don't know what we're talking about.
Okay, well he's talking about.
No, whatever. If y'all got
Oh, okay.
a topic or something y'all want to add in.
Last week, I need to bring it's a video game thing, but it's a good topic to bring about.
Yeah.
Last week, Sony announced that they are releasing an updated version of the 1993 role-playing game Secret of Mana. If you have not played that video game, it's amazing. And one of my favorite video games ever. I had it, I played it over and over again a couple of different times. Great game.
Simple.
Secret of Man?
Yeah, Secret of Mana.
Mana. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Of Mana.
Mana.
However you want to pronounce it. People argue about
He
that.
said, man.
Mana.
Like
Secret of Mana. I always said
Mana.
Mana.
All right.
But it was by Squaresoft, the same people who did Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a Final Fantasy game, but the way they did the gameplay, they decided that it was too far off of Final Fantasy, so they decided to create their own.
Let it be its own thing.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
they made that. Now they're updating it with voice acting, 3D effects, and everything else like that. I want to see what they do it. Damn it, I got so excited, but it also made me think about something. In our youth, there's a lot of games that came out from our childhood that is regarded as classics, and people are still trying to bring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo announced they're releasing Metroid Prime 4. I don't know if you heard about that.
Hear about that.
Yeah. The thing, you know why you didn't hear about that? Remember when they announced Super Mario Odyssey? That was the one that they followed after.
You know what Nintendo probably fallen off of? Everybody has the mods, right? Like you can get emulators and play all the different mods.
No, because everybody's buying these fucking little NES and Super
No,
NES.
but
Why are y'all buying these?
But that's not my point. My point is that they're missing a target market because people are hunting and searching for
Yup.
these nostalgic games.
Put it
Yup.
on the fucking App Store.
Not even put in the App Store. We released them as like 4K quality video games.
I'm in
Oh
for
yeah.
that.
Oh, like how they did with DuckTales.
How
Yeah.
they did with Street Fighter?
Just
So the HD.
like go from being
Street Fighter was
16-bit
Yeah.
and bring it up to like 128
could you imagine?
128-bit.
Wait, could you
And then-
imagine
and then
2D
play the
graphics?
Easy.
Instead of playing like Nintendo, like Mario Brothers or
Widescreen?
Super Mario like this, play widescreen.
They're lazy.
You would know
I'm in.
the amount of money that they would just
I'm in. I'm in.
incur.
100%.
It's like what Disney's doing now. They're taking all these great animated
And then
movies
remaster.
and remaster for
Matter
live
of fact,
action.
you saying
That's
that.
incredible.
You saying that
That's
the only
what-
game that they actually did something like that was in the Wii U when they released Super Mario Land or Super Mario World 3 or some crap like that. There was a Super Mario game that was a 2D adventure with 3D graphics, and it was. Remember that one?
It was a Paper Mario. I think.
No, it wasn't Paper Mario. It was something else.
Dude, I would want to see that. I would play the shit out of Mega Man. I would do Star Fox all over again.
See,
F-Zero? I would do
F-Zero.
F-Zero like it
F-Zero,
was
yeah.
dude.
I don't know if they could help Star Fox.
F-Zero?
That shit looks terrible.
Wait, I'm about to go left
Now
field
they
on this
could,
one.
though.
Wait, I'm about to go left field on this one. Do you remember the Super Nintendo game Pilot Wings?
Yes.
That's my favorite fucking
Yeah.
game.
But imagine doing that now
Wait,
with the better graphics and better.
Do you
everything.
remember how left field the end came? The ending of that
I
game.
didn't play along. You told me about it. I never played it. I never owned it.
I finished that damn game. Want to hear the craziest part about that game? The game is
Is
all.
all
The game is a
No.
flight. It's a flight simulator.
It's a great
right?
flight
It's a flight
simulator.
simulator. So fly plane, parachute, and all this other stuff.
I remember that.
When you pass everything and you ace everything, it goes left field and they're like, yo, the instructor has been kidnapped by like this enemy forces. Jump in the helicopter and go and save him. So then the last stage is you're in an attack helicopter destroying turrets and tanks.
Nice.
And you land, the guy gets in the helicopter, then you gotta fly back.
So it turns
And
into fucking, what's the game?
it turned into an action game.
1942?
Yeah, it was so left field that I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell game did I just watch?
But see what I'm saying? Like
But you
these
would-
games,
It was
like
great.
if they were to take that whole library, I don't know how many hundred games they have,
Oh my God.
and
They
remake
should
them.
stop being lazy and do it.
You know what's
Dude,
funny? You know what's funny?
I would,
I would
and then re-release them, even if they re-release them to a special system with a cartridge. I'd buy the fuck out of that.
Sega did it. Sega did it with the Genesis Master Collection. I bought that shit.
How was it?
That shit was amazing. I bought it. You know what
But
I
is
bought
it like
it for?
remastered
Also,
for like HD or is it like?
I
just
think
you're
it
playing-
might have been like Xbox 360.
I'm
so
gonna-
it was like early. I literally bought that. It had
Wow.
great games, but I literally bought that for Sonic Spinball. I used to love the hell out of that.
Yeah. But see, like, this is the market that they have because people are literally going on and getting these mods online, or they're buying the systems, or they're buying the retro system so you can put all these boxes in there and
And
just
that's
buy
why-
the cartridges.
and I
And
hate-
that's great. But you
Those
have an
I like.
opportunity.
I
you
like
have
the
an
retro
opportunity.
systems that you can use a cartridge.
You don't like
I'm
when
not-
they have the memory already in there.
I hate it because it's a trap.
Yeah.
The games that are on there, that's it. You can't add any more to it. So it's like, I'll wait till y'all come over with a better
I put the volume down on this just so Omar could see it because this is a perfect example. 1992 Super Nintendo released Street Fighter. PlayStation 4 re-released it like this. So I'm just let that play for him. I'm sorry, Nintendo.
It's on the Switch?
Yeah. So
Switch.
have you seen this?
I don't think I saw this.
Okay, it's the 30th anniversary Street Fighter edition.
Street Fighter 1 or Street Fighter 2?
2.
Because it says 1.
Yeah.
You ever played
No,
one?
wait. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Of course I. Oh, Fighting Street.
I missed one. I missed one.
Okay,
I
so
saw it,
played
but
So I'm explaining.
basically
I'm explaining what he's
arcade
watching
on
right
it
now.
shit.
Right now, I'm showing him the announced trailer for the Nintendo Switch Street Fighter 2 Turbo Remix HD edition.
They playing
It's exactly what we're talking about. It's exactly what we're talking about. They did that version.
But it's probably only going to come to Switch though.
It's probably only gonna come to the Switch.
Which would be fine with it.
That's fine.
I don't think I'm getting
But he's gonna see
We
what
get
I
a Switch.
mean
I'll probably
and,
get a
and
Switch.
tell me if I'm correct or not. So what they did is that they got the game, they got the same interface and everything like that, and then they updated all the graphics to now, to how it looks now, to like the kind of effects that you've always wanted to see now. And
Street Fighter is always a shit, bro.
Street Fighter was amazing. My brother was God in that game.
That's why they ran into the ground. Not ran into the ground, but they came up
When I
with so many.
when I went to
versions.
Japan, they had Street Fighter 25 or some crazy number.
It was something
ridiculous,
insane.
bro.
Hold up, just
half the
give him a
characters weren't even
second.
there
He's
yet.
actually getting to the screen. That's how it looks now.
Wow.
How does that look? That's
See,
what you want.
but
That's
it-
what you
and
want.
This looks like a comic book, like a high-end comic book
This is what you
animation.
want.
And
This is exactly what you're talking about.
This is what I want every game that Nintendo has in their library. This is what every game that Nintendo has in the library, what they can do. They can put money into that research to update all the games.
How amazing does that look?
Dude, this looks incredible.
That looks amazing.
Right?
And for that, I would get a Switch.
Thank you. See, they,
I would
But here's the
switch
thing,
to
though.
that.
Here's the thing. If they are able to do this system,
They should.
and they can do and they can reanimate or recreate all their
They should be
library.
able to.
Do it.
They can do it on the Switch and make it a downloadable system.
Yeah, it does.
And
It's
it
a
won't
wrap.
even be that much of.
Well, all of us will be in on that. I'll be in on that.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're like
Oh, my God.
the Secret of Mana trailer.
Make sure
they
you
showed-
tag Nintendo on this.
So
They showed-
steal
so they
our-
can-
they showed-
So they can
look,
steal our idea and don't get no.
They
royalties.
showed them. They showed them that for me it brings the excitement back.
Okay.
I want to see that in a lot of the old games. Secret of Mana.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in. Right now, Sony's already in the process of doing a Final Fantasy VII the remake.
Is it coming? I was like, they've been talking for a while.
Well, remember something.
It'll
Final
come.
Fantasy 15 took them almost 10 years.
Okay.
So remember that. So just
Yeah.
because they first announced Final Fantasy 15, if I remember right, it was 2007. I'm not making that. It came out 2016. So it was like so.
Dude, you guys are really lazy. You put a lot in.
Yeah, it was a lot of craziness.
I wonder what's gonna happen like next 10 years. Are they gonna do like a Final 50 like 20 and it's gonna be like a VR or you have to use like glasses to operate it?
I told
Depending on
Roderick
the way it goes.
this story. I don't know if you know this story. You know why Final Fantasy is called Final Fantasy?
Because it's Final Fantasy.
What do you mean by that? Did I tell you this one?
No.
No?
Well, you brought.
It's a crazy little nerdy tidbit, but it's really cool. The reason why Final Fantasy is called Final Fantasy is because Squaresoft, before they made that game, made multiple video games back in the early 80s. They all flopped. They had enough money to make one more video game, and they said, what we're going to call it? Literally, we're going to call it the Final Fantasy because it literally is the Final Fantasy we can afford to make.
Oh, wow.
That's exactly why it's called Final Fantasy. And that's the game that blew the hell up, and I was like, all right, damn, everything we got to make is called Final Fantasy now.
And
So-
they get it, and they stick to that one horse, and the one horse is still
Was there
going.
even a part 4, 5, and 6, or did they go from 3 to 7?
No, there was a 4, 5, and 6, but it was over there, not over here.
I mean, those people.
In Japan. No, in
Those
Japan.
people.
Those people. This guy's horrible. Yeah, no, that's the thing about that. It's like, so there's a
Japan had a lot of, look, when I lived there for a year, they had some incredible games that never came over
the
to the
Nintendo
US.
They always-
Famicom.
Yeah.
I would
That was the Nintendo Entertainment System. Then Super Famicom.
Yeah. No, they're a lot of their games didn't come out here for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, but the thing is like this, and that's what the point is when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's like, listen, there's a market for nostalgia. It's
Yeah.
obvious. The Nintendo Classic made that obvious last year. But what they need to do is, instead of bundling in one package and that's it, they need to do what he said.
Either put a
That would
total
be pretty
digital
cool.
download on the Switch, or make a new little system that uses cartridges to be nostalgic about it.
Hell, honestly, even if they re-release it like that Street Fighter one, if they release it as a one game, I'll still buy
You
it.
know what? That would be great if they made it as an add-on to the Switch. Like, remember that when Nintendo had a package that had the little robot with those little disc games?
Gyrobot.
Yes.
Yes.
If they made it just a gyrobot, a modern gyrobot for
But a good
the
one,
Switch,
but a good one.
what a good one! That came with these little cartridges,
She was dropping.
dude. That came with little cartridges that played all those
What
nostalgic
about the
games.
Power Glove? Power Glove. was
Power
horrible.
Glove was dope.
The,
No,
you saw, remember
I
the
thought it
movie
sucked.
with Fred Savage?
The Wizard?
Like,
The Wizard?
The
Yeah, the
Wizard.
Wizard. But what game? That's the thing. Like, what game at the time really took advantage of the Power Glove?
Well, what game at the
And you
time
know,
had the
you think the Power Glove will come back now that virtual reality is becoming a thing?
I don't think the Power Glove will come back,
They can, but I don't think they'll do it.
I'm kind of with him. I think now
It'll be the
we have the
design.
technology to do
make it, yeah.
a gyrobot, to do a Power Glove and do it correct.
Correct.
But they're not gonna do it.
Well, they should though.
No, I agree. I have a feeling they're not.
What about- remember-
what steps did Nintendo?
You know what? When this
show
video
that make
goes
you
up,
think
when this
they-
video goes up, I'm gonna time code what time we start talking about Nintendo, and I'm gonna tweet
Them.
and Instagram every day until they say, all right, fuck it, we get it, and I'm gonna encourage all the viewers to do the same thing. When the video comes out, put the time code, how many minutes and how many seconds.
Yeah,
we
'cause
start
we
talking
got-
about Nintendo.
we could say-
Everybody just
Yeah,
start
'cause-
sending the message.
Because I just want
They're
you,
gonna
I,
have to do
I
it
want you to think
eventually.
about this one, right? Just think about these list of games off the top of my head. Super Mario World,
Yeah,
Contra,
yeah. Oh, you
Castlevania.
said Super Mario World or Brothers?
World,
Okay.
I like Brothers too. They're not-
Contra,
World was a
Pong,
different thing.
Wizards and Warriors.
That was that shit.
Uh,
That was an interesting game to play.
Yes.
Front to finish.
Right, Castlevania,
Locals level 2.
Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage,
That's Genesis.
Double Dragon.
Double Dragon, yeah.
Okay, like just think of all these games. Now imagine if they do it in HD,
Well, the first,
like that.
the third one's ass.
We don't talk about the third one.
Oh, okay, maybe it was like
Nope.
I enjoyed Star Fox. The graphics are shit.
Star Fox.
I enjoyed
Those
it.
are
Matter
the
of fact,
games.
yeah, let's go over there. Star Fox. Let's do a side-scrolling Metroid. I would pay for that.
F-Zero. I want to do
F-Zero.
F-Zero. I
F-Zero.
definitely want to do F-Zero.
F-Zero. I'm trying to think what other games.
We already talked about Pilot Wings.
I wouldn't mind them redoing Donkey Kong Country.
Never mind, Tommy.
Have you guys, in my opinion, have you ever played this game called Breakthrough?
No.
It's really.
Right. Start describing it while I look it up.
It was like think a side-scrolling spy hunter with like guns and stuff.
Spy Hunter. Wait, stop right there. Spy Hunter.
Yeah.
NBA Jam.
Oh, even though don't they make that still?
That is good.
I don't think it's.
not. It's
I
not.
don't
It's
think
not.
the,
Not like we know it.
Yeah.
And when you buy an NBA Jam, you get the old starter jackets.
You're stupid.
Shared the start
Yeah.
on Facebook the other day.
Breakthrough
Starter
NES.
jackets.
Yes. Yep, that's
Did they
it.
say this thing?
I had that.
remember playing it.
I don't remember this.
It's actually a really good game. Oh, you got that.
Yeah, man. Stop
Wait,
being
what was the
cheap.
name of that? Hold on. There was a role playing game called Crystalis. I don't know.
Yes, I remember.
Imagine doing Zelda again.
Oh, the
With better
original Zelda?
graphics.
Done.
Done.
Actually, wait, but
Dude, come on.
technically, time out. Technically, they kind of did on the Nintendo, the portable one.
DS?
Yes, the dual screen one.
The DS.
They
DS3,
had
XL.
on the
They did.
Remember that one?
It had the gold thing.
So they put it up on the Switch. God damn it.
I don't remember this. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
Yeah, I love that game. It's hard as shit.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Wait a
Was
minute,
there
remember
graphics?
SWAT?
Genesis.
Was that a Genesis one?
E-SWAT, I'm sorry. That was E-SWAT. E-SWAT.
Pitfall. I wouldn't mind saying Pitfall.
Fall.
The point is that there's a lot of games that
Yes,
they need
there's
to
a lot.
redo, and we're
Question.
gonna start.
Have you,
this
I'm
campaign.
bringing up games I never have. You ever played this game called Rival Schools? It was in a fucking arcade.
Yes.
My favorite character is that funny game, so that's what I had. My favorite character was the dude with the bat.
Rival schools. Hold up, I gotta YouTube that.
Yeah, the dude with the bat, and he
Which
was
was
just
the
throw
game
baseball at you.
where you play with Godzilla, King Kong, and
Rampage.
Rampage.
Wait.
Rampage.
On a
Was that for
complete
Nintendo?
no, on a
I love that
completely
game.
stupid note. They are in the
They're
middle
making a
of
movie.
filming that.
They're not
The
done
Rock
filming?
is in it.
Why? See, now it's getting to the point where the Rock is in everything, and he's reached that plateau where everything he's gonna be in is gonna destroy my childhood. And at one point, you need to stop. Take a break.
I'll
Let
see-
the people miss you.
I'll see what it looks like.
And then come back.
Yes. Oh, is it? Yeah. It looks different. It looks different how I remember it.
God, look how polygony the pictures were.
But that's what I'm saying, though.
Oh, yes. That is it. Yeah, Rival Schools. I used to play funny games arcade. It was pretty much Street Fighter with like the schools.
Yeah, with 3D polygon stuff. Yeah, I do remember this
It
game.
was fun. It was fun to play.
Yeah.
I used to play that because sometimes.
God, remember Virtual Fighter?
Yeah, because sometimes the Street Fighter thing be crowded. It's like, all right, well, what is this?
You know
I'll
what?
play
There
this.
was, but that's
I did Duck Hunt again.
Duck Hunt would be crazy.
Go to a place in PA. You do Duck Hunt for real.
Yeah, no.
For $50.
Nah.
Full.
And you can keep what you kill, so that's fine.
Well,
Keep what you
it's
kill.
clay, but yeah.
All right, Riddick.
All right, one last thing before you
What?
go on to the thing.
Alright.
Pull up Cuphead.
The fuck? Wait, Cuphead?
Cuphead?
It's a game called Cuphead. You could
Cuphead.
Is it a new game?
Yeah, I played it maybe like a year ago.
Wow, do you remember? I'm gonna go a little mid. Do you remember there was a GameCube game called Beautiful Joe?
Yes.
That game was so dope.
Amazing.
Cuphead, Gamescom, boss fight, and side quest.
Yes.
What is this?
It is-
Oh, you know what? I've seen some video of this before.
I've played it.
How is it?
It is amazing and
Dude, do me a
frustrating.
favor. Do you think you could cut some screenshots of this? Might get us in trouble.
No, it's just time. It's like you want the thing up sooner or later.
Yeah, I
It
do
is
remember this.
Amazing.
Yeah, because it was like funny 1930s cartoon.
I'm waiting for the blackface guy to jump in.
No blackface.
Oh, you played it?
They're not that crazy.
They know.
Alright,
They know better.
Then alright, then it looks
It is.
interesting.
It is amazing and frustrating. It has.
Alright, so
it
let
has
me-
the skill levels of old games we grew up with.
Yeah,
The shit
yeah.
was the bosses were like.
So
come
let
on.
me ask you guys,
We died a lot.
before we end this episode, Xbox or PlayStation?
For me, Xbox. Because for me, PlayStation was dope, but the games that I like to play were always on Xbox. But I always,
What games do you like to play on Xbox?
it was a game
It's a
called
great game.
ESPN Football. It was $20. It was probably the best football game I ever played.
Really?
They were trying to take out Madden, but Madden was gone. Or if they stopped, I haven't played Madden in years. I should probably try to review them.
Yeah, well, you just called them corny, and now you're gonna say you're gonna call them out for
Nah,
it.
because that was years ago. Though. You can
The
change your opinion.
franchise got stale after a while, but now
Yeah.
they're doing some different things. Now.
Yeah.
All
Alright, so
that
I
Gears
could literally
of
keep on
War,
watching this.
Halo.
Gears of War was amazing.
the movie's even better.
There's a movie.
It probably is.
They
Yeah,
were
I was gonna
trying
say,
to
there's
make
probably
it.
a movie. They were trying to make the Halo movie.
They
so.
were trying to make the Halo movie starring Denzel Washington.
They were trying to make Halo movie forever.
Just doing the voice of Master Chief, of course. He
I was gonna
would.
say. Why don't you just get Rock to do this? He's on everything anyways.
He probably will be.
Well,
Just
did y'all see
wait a
him
little while.
do Doom?
Yes, I did see Doom. That was cool. See, but that's the thing. No. But this.
We have very definitions of cool.
No. No. What I was gonna say.
That cool.
No, what I was
That's
gonna say
allowed.
is that there's a big problem. There's a big
I thought
problem
he
between
killed it.
video games being converted to movies.
They
Ever
all-
since
They
Mario.
used to be, but that has to do with Hollywood whitewashing things. And then it says not only just
I
characters.
don't even think it's just
story.
whitewashing.
That's
Actually,
part of-
wait, hold up.
That's part
wait.
of the problem. Oh, the hell.
Perfect segue. Thank you.
See what you started? Thank you, Internet.
Yeah, thank you about that. Francis, which I still haven't looked up his name.
Coppola?
No, just Francis. Ajax in Deadpool.
It's scary.
Francis, whatever his name is.
Ed
Stern or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
He was cast as a character in Hellboy, which he's not a major character, but he was big enough for people to get mad about. Was because the character in the comic books was Asian.
Oh.
That's the problem. Okay, so he was cast as that, and people were like, "Hey, great," and then some people were like, "Bruh," you know. People started flipping out, talking about being whitewashing and stuff like that and everything like that. A couple days later, he gets on, he goes, "Yeah, you guys are right. I dropped out. I agree. I agree with you guys." You know, and he actually made a very long, poignant write-up about it because he's of mixed race and everything like that, and you see why. Yeah, he was like, "I see why that's an issue, and I'm gonna follow up, and I hope they cast somebody that will do the part justice." And I'm like, okay, cool. Some people got mad that he dropped out. Some people didn't. Some people got mad that he dropped out.
Why?
I'm not singing to his morals. That's fine.
You know what?
If it doesn't sit with people morally, then don't do it.
Well, remember, a lot of people flipped out when they showed the first pictures of Domino in Deadpool 2.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, like Domino
Because she was supposed to look a certain way, but I'm like,
look, this is the thing. Omar, if you don't know, Domino in the comic books is pasty white with a black circle over her eye. This one, they put her black with a white circle over her eye.
yeah, they gave her like a.
People lost their minds.
Like
So let me ask you a question. So if blackface is going from white to black, is white facing going from black from white to
Now, there is a great argument and discussion.
Ghost in the Shell.
You're welcome.
Ghost in the Shell was a great example.
So is that
Ghost
yellow
in the
facing?
Shell
Because she's
and-
white going yellow.
And that terrible Dragon Ball Z movie.
We don't talk about that Dragon Ball Z movie, bro.
You have to acknowledge it for situations like this.
That was so bad.
It looked bad.
No, that was so. You know, it was so
Was
bad.
Charlie fat in it?
Yes.
We all make mistakes.
No,
I
this
know,
is
I
how.
know,
we all make
I know.
mistakes.
Let me tell you how bad that movie was. That movie was so bad that I didn't see it in movie theaters. I didn't see it when it came on like TBS.
It's out of prison.
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it when they tried to give it away for free. I couldn't even see the full action scenes if I YouTubed them. It was so bad that I would YouTube them, hoping to try to see it. Halfway through, I'm like, nah, bro,
Nobody
I can't.
sits
I
through
can't.
that. Nobody can sit through that movie.
I want to find somebody that did. I want to find somebody that actually did sit through the whole thing because I couldn't do it at all. That movie was horrible, you know. But yeah, I mean that's what it comes down to, the point of like whitewashing,
Yellow wash.
You know, when does it become? When does race become important enough that they have to cast the race and not the talent? That's gonna be the big question.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Because it shows.
See, there was a big issue with Doctor Strange too. Tilda Swinton's character was supposed to be Asian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there, it is out there. Like, yo, there's issues going on. So how far do we? When is it gonna be enough to where it'd be like, listen, it's just.
Well, you know when it's enough, when people actually stand as waste and start boycotting the movies, and they realize, all right, we lost $100 million because people didn't come to movies because we casted the wrong person.
Yeah.
That's not casting the next one the wrong person. It's casting by.
Got it.
We'll find a good actor who happens to be Asian and go that way.
And there are
But that's
good
never gonna
actors.
happen. Why? Because
Yeah.
we're not
I mean,
doing
you
it.
gotta,
There's
you
a
gotta
big
hit him.
race issue.
You gotta hit him with
There's
it
a big
hurts
race
in his
issue.
pockets.
Once you hit it where it hurts in the pockets, that's when
Then
that's when
they're
shit
willing
gets
to listen
serious.
and come
That's
back
when
to the
they're
table.
exactly. If you don't hit them in the pockets, they're like, oh, it wasn't a big enough issue.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, y'all gonna stop talking, y'all gonna forget about it, and we're gonna keep
But you know,
Yeah, that's
funny,
true.
you
People
saying
do
that
forget
now.
about it.
Doctor Strange wasn't Doctor Strange like the weakest grossing Marvel movie?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
saw it. It was okay. It was alright.
I think Fantastic Four was.
No one talks about that one either.
Suicide.
Hey!
Suicide Squad did more than Strange.
Ooh, that was bad, man. That was really bad.
I know, and Rob was really looking forward to being a good one.
I would wait. No, I was.
Because Creed's son is in it.
What?
What?
Fantastic Four?
Yeah, Creed's son.
That Fantastic Four.
The one that really bombed.
That one
That
was
was
horrible.
But you know what? I watched it and I listened to somebody. It was like in the third act, you could see where
It changes.
tampering.
Speeds up. Oh,
you
yeah,
can see
yeah,
where
yeah.
tampering
you can know,
kicked in.
You can see where, because it's slowly building up.
And then it just goes-
It does a warp speed.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
another galaxy.
like-
You're
like,
like, where the
it's-
fuck did you end up here?
And this is the interesting thing about movies. And Omar, correct me if I'm wrong,
You're
Mr.
wrong.
Videographer. I love it when he does it.
I guess you're not a videographer.
That's what I said. That's what I said. But still got
That's what he gets for coming off too soon. No, but when it comes to movies, there's usually you can see the acts. They're
Yeah,
set up
they
in
broke
3 or
down.
4 parts, and the way that movie was set up, it was like a slow build, and then out of nowhere, you literally see it go, boosh,
You
like
go
that.
hype. You jump. You
And it's
warp
not even
speed.
film. They go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was crazy. And
If you watch that, not that I recommend you watch it, but if somebody holds a gun to your head and you're watching the movie, you'll be able to point.
And then it just went.
You'll be able to see that.
you know what I thought was a great setup and plot, and the way they did the acts was the movie The Kingdom. You remember that one? That was with Jamie.
Yes. In the desert.
Jamie Foxx
Yeah.
in the desert. Remember that one? And Jason Bateman, they snatched up Jason Bateman. But remember the build-up they had from the beginning.
Yeah.
The build-up they had from the beginning was a perfect steady, and you just feel the tension rising.
But the turn-up
And
was
then
good, though.
that turn-up
it
was a perfect turn-up.
Yeah.
Where the last 20 minutes you were just holding on for to the seat. It was nuts. That was a great set for me.
Huh.
You see what I'm saying?
I remember vaguely that movie. I'm gonna go back and watch it again.
You're gonna have to watch
okay.
it.
I remember vaguely. I remember the movie.
Matter of fact, here's an easy one to understand the kind of build-up that I personally like. The movie The Ring, 2000's The Ring. It was a horror thriller, and it really wasn't as scary. It was a creepy movie. There were not too many jump scares. It was creepy.
Actually, if you watch the Japanese version, I think
that one. Ringo was nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Ringo was nuts.
Yeah, it was scary as hell.
In that movie, yeah. Exactly.
But you know why that was scary though? Because
it creeped you out.
It creeped you out, but also because I knew a little bit more of the Japanese culture from living there, that holds a lot more significance, like culturally.
Right.
It already brings hair stand up to the back of your neck. In America, not so much because it's something we're trying to bite off somebody else.
And that's the thing. That's the thing about The Ring for me. Like in the American version, the way they set it up was like this. It's like we're gonna creep you out, and you're gonna be creeped out throughout the entire movie. And then the end, we're just gonna smack you with like pure fear when the girl goes through the TV. You know what I mean? Like like I actually saw that movie in the movie theaters opening weekend. It was a packed house, right? The entire house was creeped out the whole movie. You know that scene?
It was a hit though.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you how.
Why they did like.
But this is how
But
this is how great the build-up was. Okay, and it's awesome when you see it in the theater experience because we talked about that before.
Yeah.
Imagine the whole packed house. Dates and all this stuff, and everybody's there just watching the movie. The whole movie, everyone's creeped out. So everyone's paying attention to how creepy the movie is. And all of a sudden, you see the girl coming out of the well, doing her creepy walk. Everyone's literally going like this to the chair. Everyone. Not a single person was like this. All of a sudden, she gets to it, all of a sudden, she goes through the TV. I swear to God, all the females in there and some guys were like, ah!
You included?
Yo, no. A whole bunch of dudes. I was in the wall department where all the guys were like this. Look, all the guys were like, "Whoa, yo!" The whole theater screamed or lost their damn minds. No, I sincerely did it. I did do the big like whoa kind of thing, but it was nuts. That's the kind of build-up that I liked. You know what I mean?
No, that was definitely a great build-up.
You get what I'm talking about? Where it's that build-up and also that smack at the end. It was beautiful. So like I agree with you with like Ringu and stuff like that. Great. That movie was just not how they did it. They did not.
But then again, he goes back to a good point. That's when you notice after the director got let go, and then
you see it.
Yeah, because somebody said it. They was like,
you could tell.
He was like,
it's watching two different movies.
He was like the movie had problems, but you can see. Yeah, it's two different movies. You can see because they said that Foxes they were
the execs were.
They were in the editing room. I'm like, what the?
But see, that's what brings my point, and I think we should end on this. But this is what brings me to my point. Justice League is going to be just as bad.
Think so?
Dude, they're reshooting everything.
The Whedon.
He's got writing credit.
Everything. One, hold on. Two, a lot of the reshoots, you have to rotoscope a fucking mustache out of fucking Superman.
Yeah, there was.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
There was a perfect meme, and we are gonna leave it off. I think we're gonna know is that there was a perfect meme where it says the horrible thing about the Justice League that's gonna happen is that if it's a horrible movie, they're gonna blame it on Zack Snyder not having direction. If it's a great movie, they're gonna blame it on Joss Whedon coming in to save the day.
Yep.
They already have two.
So we just blame both of them for being sucky if it sucks?
We can't. That's the problem.
Well, normal people will, but
and you know,
people just love to just burn Zack Snyder like he didn't do Dawn of the Dead or 300.
I mean, you know what I think? I definitely think we got.
Don't act like you don't know how to make a good movie.
Yeah.
See, like we're gonna have to end up talking about it, and it's gonna end up happening is we're gonna end up having to sit down and just do a whole movie episode.
We should go watch that movie when it comes out, the night it comes out, and do a live.
What, Justice League?
Do a live YouTube cast right after this.
We should.
Why not?
Yeah.
All right, we'll
All
figure
right,
it out.
folks, we'll leave you with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Hit up Nintendo once
Yeah.
this releases, tagging them so they can hear what we're talking about.
That was weird. Like we timed it perfectly. His memory card just got filled.
Yep.
So we'll leave it off here. Guys, thank you very much for stopping by, for tuning into the Tech Guy Some Guy podcast. My name is Carlos, alongside
Right.
and
Omar.
Yep.
and that's it for the day, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Peace.
Peace.
Purge.
Peace. 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 Peace.